Section 2, Title 2, Heating Oil Reserve. The Section 201 Northeast Home Heating Oil Reserve of the Title 1 Energy Policy of the Conservation Act is amended. 1. Redesignated part with D as part E with redesignated Section 181 and Section 191. Inserting the Part C of the following new Part D, Northeast Home Heating Oil Reserve Establishment. 1 Section 181A, notwithstanding any of the provisions of the Act, Secretary may shall maintain and operate with the Northeast Home Heating Oil Reserve. The reserve of the establishment under this part is not in component with the Strategic Petroleum. The reserve of the establishment under the Part B with the title of the reserve of the establishment under this part shall contain no more than 2 million barrels of petroleum distillated for the purpose of this part of the term in the Northeast, maybe the state of the Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New York, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey. And the term petroleum distillates include the heating oil with the diesel fuel. 3 with the term reserve meaning for the National Northeast Home Heating Oil Reserve established under this part authority. Section 182 with the extent of the necessary to appropriate to carry out with this part with the Secretary may 1. Purchase contract with the release of the otherwise acquired with the whole and part storage related facility storage services. 2. The use of the lease maintain sell otherwise dispose of the storage related facilities acquired under the part. 3. Acquired with the purchase exchange with including exchange of the petroleum product for the Strategic Petroleum Reserve or received within royalty of the from federal lands, lease or otherwise petroleum distillates for the storage of the Northeast Home Heating Oil Reserve. 4. Storage petroleum distillates in a facility not owned by the United States Salt Exchange, otherwise disposal of the petroleum distillated from the reserve of the established under this part, including 2. Maintaining the quality and quantity of the petroleum distillated within the reserve and maintaining the operational capability of the reserves. Conditions of the release for condition for a release plan. Section 183, finding that the Secretary may sell the product with the reserve only upon finding that there is a severe energy supply interruption. Such as finding may be made with only if it determines that the 1. Dislocation of the heating oil market has resulted in an interruption. 2. Circumstances other than that described in paragraph 1 exist the constitute of the regional supply short of significantly scope of the duration of the action taken under the section would assist directly signify with the reducing adverse impact of such storage. B. The definition for the purpose of the section dislocation of the heating oil market should be deemed to occur only when 1. The price differential between crude oil reflected in industrial day publications of the Platts oil gram price and report oil or oil daily, or 2. Heating oils recorded with the Energy Information Administrative of the retail price data for the Northeast, increasing more than 60% over the 5-year rolling average for the 7 of the months of the mid-October through the March, continue with the 7th for 7 consecutive days, and 2. The price differential continue with the increase during the most recent week for each of the price information available. To see with the continuing elevation, Secretary shall conduct with the continuing evaluation residential private data supplied by the Energy Information Administration for the Northeast and data on crude oil price for the permanent published sources. D. Release of the petroleum distillates after consolation from heating oil industry. Secretary shall determine the procedures given in the relief of the petroleum distillated from the reserve of the procedure shall provide that 1. The Secretary may sell the petroleum distillate with the reserve through the competitive process. B. Enter for the exchange of the agreements for the petroleum distillate resolve the Secretary receiving greater volume petroleum distillate as repayment than the volume provided with the acquired. 2. In each all such exchange of the Secretary shall receive the revenue equivalent and petroleum distillated with the procedure of the Department of Fair Market Value at no time when the made that oil be sold with exchange with the resulting loss of the revenue value of the United States. 3. The Secretary shall only sell and dispose of the oil with the reserve that is customarily engaged in the sale and distribution of petroleum distillates. The plan within 45 days of the enactment of the section, Secretary shall transmit to the President approve of the Congress plan describing 1. The acquisition, storage, and related facilities of storage services reserve, including the potential use of storage facilities not currently in use. 2. The acquisition of petroleum distillates if the storage is in a reservoir. Anticipated method of disposition of petroleum distillate from the reserve. 4. The estimated cost of the establishment and maintenance for the operation of the reserve. 5. The effort of the department will take to minimize the potential need for the future drawdowns and ensure that the distributor of the import will not discourage from the maintaining and increasing supply of the Northeast. 6. Actions to ensure the quality of the petroleum distillate in the reserves Northeast Home Heating Oil Reserve Account. Section 184A. Upon the decision of the Secretary of Energy to establish the reserve under the Department, the Secretary of the Treasury shall establish for the Treasury of the United States with an account known as the Northeast Home Heating Oil Reserve account, referred to this section as the account. B. The Secretary of the Treasury shall deposit the account only the amount for the appropriated with the account to the account any of the receipts from the sales, exchange, of the disposition of petroleum distillate from the reserve. C. The Secretary of Energy may obligate the amount of the account to carry out the activities under the part without the need of the further operation amounts available to the Secretary for energy for obligation under the section shall remain available without fiscal year limitations. Exemption, Section 185, the action taken under this program is no subject to the rule-making requirement, Section 523 of the Acts of Section 501, Department of Energy Organization Act, Section 553 of the Title 5 United States Code. Authorization of the appropriation, Section 186 of the year is authorized appropriated for the fiscal year 2001, 2002, 2003. Such sums may be necessary for the implement of this part. Section 202, using energy features for the fuel purchase. The heating oil state that the Secretary shall conduct a study on 1. The use of the energy feature for the options contract with the cost-effective protection in charge of the price. Heating oil include 2, fuel oil, propane, kerosene, state, local government agency, the consumer, and cooperative of the other organization purchase heating oil in bulk from the market to end with the consumer of the Northeast as defined in Section 201. 2. How most effectively inform the organization identified in paragraph 1 about the benefits risk of the using energy feature for the options contract. B. Reporting the Secretary shall transmit the say required with the Section Committee of the Commerce for the House of the Representative and the Committee of the Energy and Natural Research of the Senate no later than 100 days after the enactment of the section of the report shall contain the review for the prior study of the conduct of the subjects described in subsection A. Title 3, Marginal Well Purchase.